Okay, y'all. So, first of all, good morning. How are y'all doing? Second of all, I want to come on here and talk about something really quickly because, it actually struck a chord with me, and I seen it on Facebook, and it actually struck a chord with me and I've heard people talking about this plenty of times before. And the question asked was, why are people, I guess, in our generation, or why are just people in general so unhappy? And somebody commented under that post, well, that was the original post, and then the whole original post, and then somebody under that original post, because it's been shared after that. But the original post was like, because they gave three major reasons. One, because college doesn't guarantee you a college degree, don't guarantee your job. Somebody just talked about that yesterday on the YouTube video that I watched. That the job pay, like what you get paid from your job, is not even with the cost of living. Cost of living is way higher it costs way more to live than it does the pay that you actually get from your job to be able to live. And there was a third one, I don't really remember, but I'm gonna have to go make an amendment to this at the end to add the other one in here. But yeah, it's just, y'all, I completely agree with that. Like, how the hell you expect for people to be able to live when the job's not paying enough to live off of, or when the cost of living is way higher than how much you make at your job? You have to, nowadays, the way it's coming out and the way it's coming across is like, you're going to have to always have somebody live with you, and then just to be able to keep your head above water, and then that's still a struggle. And then on top of that, to top that off, that it was a while back, somebody else was like, why people keep still staying, why are people moving back in with their parents or whatever, and why are people doing this? I don't like people who live at home. Well, hell, that's the most affordable, somebody else said this too, that's the most affordable thing you can do right now, is to move back home. And pay your parents rent if that's what you want. That's because the cost of living is so damn high. You got trying to get an apartment, and I can speak to this. Trying to get an apartment by yourself is like you gotta take out a whole damn line of credit and have co-signers and stuff, and then get yourself into you get into so much debt and so much financial trouble just trying to get a damn apartment. It's so fucking expensive. It's like almost damn near a car note. There's some apartments that's a few neighborhoods over from where I live. They are $2,000, at the least $2,000 a month. I done seen some apartments that's $3,000 a month. That is fucking ridiculous. How the hell you expect anybody to be able to have a place to live? And then that goes into the fact of can't nobody afford that because the job don't pay that much. And it's sad that it's even like the jobs that you go to school for, you get a degree for, they don't even pay that much. Them people are barely making it. Those people are sadly struggling too. That's just sad though. To be honest with you, it really is sad. And then that goes into the fact of why are there so many homeless people? Because somebody was like, well, why does the government, well, not the government, the leaders and stuff, like the governor and stuff like that, they seem to come across as like they don't understand why so many homeless people. Sir, do you not know that the cost of living is unattainable? The cost of the job, with the money we make from the job, the people that are able to work, the money that we're making, we can't afford to live anywhere because rent is high, mortgages are high, from what I've been told. Just everything is damn high. Food is high. And then things are steady going up. Things are steady getting even more expensive. I'm like, damn, can't nobody afford to live in this economy. So that's why you got so many people that's homeless, so many people that's trying to get some type of government assistance or that are on government assistance. We need help. This is just ridiculously, unbearably high. Now I'm finna, and the cost of living is just outrageous, outlandish. See, the thing that gets me, food is getting high. How do you expect for people to eat, be able to have food to put in the icebox when first the job's not paying enough? So you gotta have like 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs just to be able to get an apartment that's like at the least $900 a month. That's the cheapest you're gonna find. Well, the cheapest you're gonna find is like in the 800s. Anything cheaper than that, it's either in a bad neighborhood. If it's not in a bad neighborhood, you got bad, dangerous, life-threatening things going on now. You got people being shot. You got gunshots playing outside. You got people getting arrested. You got drugs being sold. It's not basically, if the rent is under $800 and it's very affordable, there's always something negative that comes with it. It's more than likely going to be very unsafe. It's on housing basically, but it's unsafe. They got drugs going on, drug deals, drug sales. You got drug addicts. You got alcoholics roaming around. You got all types of unsavory people out there. Those are basically the only apartments left that you can be able to afford. And then having to work 3, 4, 5 jobs, however many jobs, you never at home to enjoy the place that you pay the rent at, you pay the bills at. So it's like you're doing all this working just to afford the place. And when you get the place, you got all these damn jobs. You can't never at home to be able to enjoy it for what? A day or two, because you got to look at the time you get, the days you got off at one job, you got to work at another job. And then the days you got off at that job ain't very much. You got like a day or two off at this job. And then they don't correlate with the other job or the other 2 jobs. So you got to find a way to enjoy it, to have some time you can enjoy. That's why that you can enjoy to yourself. That's my biggest thing. So now I'm going to have to go and get the other one, make a video about that, and then add it to this one. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, y'all. So the other one was that, the other bullet point was that, hold on, that education doesn't always guarantee you a job. You can go to school for 4 years, and this was in a video that I had watched somebody talk about in their video yesterday, or they did the day before, and I just got time to watch it yesterday. But yeah, you can go to school for 4 years, 8 years, however many years. Get your degree, because everybody's like, go to school, get your degree or whatever. You get a degree, you use that nowadays, you get your degree. Job placement ain't even like promised. Hell, do they even? Because when I went to school for medical administrative assistant, there was no, they even outright told us, all the students among us and the teachers was even being 100% honest and real with us. They was like, look, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to find a job once you do get your degree and graduate. I'm like, so what's the fucking point of going to school just to get a student loan, just to get myself in further debt, which I end up doing? But yeah, it's just sad. Like, there's no point in going to school to get a degree for something that you're not guaranteed to even get a job in that field. They can't even find a job to place. Because when I was going to school, the lady that did that was looking for job placement for people who, when we graduated, I didn't graduate. That's why I got a student loan that I'm paying back on. But yeah, that's another story for another day. But yeah, she was like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, there's no jobs available. Every time you go in the office, is there any type of jobs in that field that I can do an internship at until I get my degree, and then I can work full time? She was like, there's no job placement. There's no jobs hiring in that field. Like, so what is the fucking point? We had to still work at people had to still, like this one girl, she said she still had to work at Popeyes even after she graduated and got her degree. She was working at Popeyes just to make ends meet. The other girl said she had to work at McDonald's, and she was working at a Hyatt Regency hotel just to make ends meet, just to be able to pay her bills. She graduated, got a diploma, and still can't find a job in the field that she graduated from. She got a degree in. But yeah, to me, I'm like, that don't make no sense. So what is for me, I'm sitting there thinking, what is the point in going to school, getting a degree, to still either not have a job, not be able to find a job in that field, or to have to work at a restaurant? You got a degree for something, you can't even use it. So that's just a waste of time. To me, that's a waste of time, a waste of effort, a waste of money. It's putting yourself in a situation that you're going to be paying back for the rest of your life. Even on into death, you still gonna be just something that's that debt that's gonna be passed down from generation to generation. Instead of having generational wealth, having a job that you can work at, you can prove that you went to school for, you can't find no fucking job because you went to school, but there's nothing that I don't get it. I don't understand. It's ridiculous, y'all. It's ridiculous out here. It's like, damn. Can I just, I don't know, to me, I'm like, it need to stop being a thing of where people tell the younger people or telling other people to go to school. Because if you sit down and actually think about it and look at it, and I'm going right back into it again, they're going to school to get themselves in debt, basically. They're going to school to get a degree and get in debt because you ain't going to be able to use a degree. Now, doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that, and other professional people like that, yeah. Like veterinarians and stuff, yeah. Go to school, get a degree. But who's to say, and it's just me thinking, who's to say if you go to school to be just say you go to school to be a vet tech or a veterinarian, or you go to school to be a lawyer, who's to say that you're going to actually find a job at a law firm? Who's to say you're actually going to find a job at a clinic? Whether it be working with human patients or working with animals. Who's to say you're going to be able to find a job and working at a hospital? That's a whole nother thing that people, I don't think, personally, just my opinion, people had actually sat down and acknowledged or sat down and looked at it or really sat down and thought about it. Like, you got a degree, that don't necessarily mean you're going to have a job. Just because you went to school for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 10 years, however many years, that don't necessarily mean just because you experienced and you got something to prove that you experienced, to prove that you went to school, that don't necessarily correlate or really equal up to you finding a job in the field that you went to school for. You spent all this money going to school for. You spent all this time going to school for. You paying debt back. How you going to pay the debt back? You can't work to make enough money to pay all of that back. Because some people are the type of people, they want to pay all their debt back, be able to pay their student loan back all in once instead of $5 here, $10 there, $100 here, $100 there. That's that you got to pay back for the rest of your fucking life, especially if you're working at like Popeyes, Walmart, McDonald's, unless you just really got a nest egg you sitting on, like a trust fund, or you got you just got it like that. And that's why going into it, that's why people like they got degrees, but they end up trying to get money really quickly to be able to take care of their family or just be able to keep their head above water, going back into the cost of living situation, to be able to just live comfortably. They go into doing some illegal things. I mean, you got to do something to get some money to keep a roof over your head, to keep food in your house, to keep gas in your car, to keep your health in check, to be able to pay the doctor to see you, because that's another expensive thing. And then going into that third bullet point that they had, everything is just so damn expensive. I'm just going to end it with this. Everything is fucking expensive. Everything, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing. I can say not just for me, but the smallest thing I can think of off the top of my head, and the biggest thing would be from a light bulb, the cost of a light bulb, all the way down to the price of a car. Everything in between is fucking expensive. And to be honest with you, as much as I love Bath and Body Works, they're expensive too. Super expensive. The wallflowers are plug-ins are expensive. Buying toilet paper is expensive. Getting bottles of water is expensive. And that's another thing, a little side point off of that. Why do people have to pay for water? In my opinion, I feel like if that's something you need to keep you alive, you should not have to pay for that. You really shouldn't. But yeah, I'm going to just end this right here. I will see y'all later. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What are y'all's opinion on this here whole subject or whatever? How do y'all feel about this? Y'all put that down in the comment section. Y'all have a blessed day. Love y'all guys. Bye.